After completing all of Season 2 with Astrid and all of Season 3 with Sean, I got used to creating these videos with a second voice. It really helped to include their thoughts, not just for the additional insights, but also to break things up, give things a natural beginning and end. But it was a lot of work for them. For a full 6 months, both Astrid and Sean were on the hook for creating content for me, just because they're nice people willing to help me out. What, you think I get enough views to make money on this? So the challenge for Season 4 was, how can I arrange things to get an extra voice in every show without imposing on someone for such a long period of time? Then one day when I was reading through the comments, I saw that there was a bunch of people suggesting albums I should check out, and I thought, well, why not an all-request season? Even better for those folks requesting an album who are also comfortable appearing on camera, I could either interview them over Zoom or get them to send me some pre-recorded video. And for those who weren't, I could get their thoughts on email and have Emily read them. So I bought the domain Valor.wtf and created a request email box. You can still email me at request@valor.wtf. I don't check it all that often, but hey, you can email me there. And then I put out the call for suggestions. The responses skewed heavily towards progressive rock. No surprise, considering I'd just finished a prog rock deep dive, but there was also jazz, fusion, rock, funk, R&B, even a bluegrass record. Plus, I convinced a few musician friends to help me out. All in all, a rather enjoyable collection. A few highlights for me from Season 4 were Area, The Muffins, Godley and Cream,
It's 5 o'clock in the morning,
Klaatu,
keeping constant vigil,
Chicoria, Sparks, Laurie Anderson, Jawbox. Each had moments I thought were outstanding, but the two albums that stood out for me were, well, first, Q. Roan by John Greaves, Peter Blegvad, and Lisa Herman. The music alone has a lot of the kinds of things that I love in music, similar to works by Carla Bley, Charlie Hayden, Henry Cow. But beyond just the music, the way that the album art, the libretto text, and the songs all work together in a seamless artistic expression, covering semantic, spatial, and temporal domains. That's something I'd never experienced before. Please, if you can get the LP, do it. Even if you can't, find the album art and the lyrics and experience it for yourself. It's kind of mind-blowing. It was so good the first time, I'm almost scared to do it again, if you know what I mean. The other album that stood out for me in Season 4 was This Close by Janet Fetter. Janet Fetter does something I thought was impossible. She makes music with the curiosity, ingenuity, and mad scientist wackiness of artists like Fred Frith, Henry Kaiser, and Derek Bailey. But at the same time, her songs hit emotionally as hard as those by singer-songwriter-guitarists like Richard Thompson, Nick Drake, and Donovan. Since that episode aired, I've snapped up every Janet Fetter album I could find. If she impressed you even half as much as she impressed me, I highly recommend her new Cowhouse album, Break It Like This. And also her 2000 release, Speak Puppet, a solo guitar album every bit as fulfilling as Ralph Towner's Diary. A few episodes from Season 4 did pretty well. Episode 87, Kimono My House by Sparks.
I have to admit, 1,000 days ago, I had no idea who Sparks were.
Episode 96, A Passion Play by Jethro Tull.
Yes, it wasn't the first Tull album that I got.
Fun fact, when Brothers and Sisters by the Allman Brothers Band, the one with me on the cover there, reached #1 on Billboard's album charts, the album it displaced was A Passion Play. But the episode with the most views? Episode 89, Q period, Roan period.
It was an outgrowth of my interest in Henry Cow.
Certainly helps when Mike Keneally helped spread the word. For season 4, I didn't record new music for every episode. And there was a reason for that. I used a pull-down screen and slideshow effect to start each episode, and I wanted music that interacted with it naturally, like the presentation happened at a precise musical cue. And as it happens, I already had a song for this. My tribute to Jeff Beck and Jan Hammer. The opening Moog bassline worked perfectly, so I just used it for every episode. Incidentally, the song is called Not Glenn, and you can find it on my SoundCloud page. It was supposed to be part of a larger project, but who knows if I'll ever finish that. But so for now, SoundCloud. A lot of positive reactions to the made-up requester bits in episode 77, Demons and Wizards by Uriah Heep.
I worked for Woolworths Corporate in the early 70s as a regional manager.
I had a blast inventing that character while making sure that the story had 0% chance of being true, so I wouldn't accidentally steal someone else's story. The Italian translation bits in episode 84, Crack by Area, those were fun to make too. Odessa Apple, open parentheses, 1920, close parentheses.
La mela di Odessa, apri parentesi 1920, chiudi parentesi.
And the Corrections Department episode between 87 and 88. That was me being a smartass. In an earlier episode, Emily read an email that included a factual error, which offended someone enough to leave a snarky comment in the comment section ending with, "Do better." Gah. So I leaned into the passive aggression and did an entire episode correcting every tiny mistake I could find. I sincerely hope this is better. Petty, you're soaking in it. And finally, thanks one more time to Lori Jocelyn for the design work. The season's graphics had animated elements, day-to-night transitions, a lot of moving parts. She handled it all beautifully. Plus, my low-rent Total Request Live set in the background there has a ton of little Easter eggs. I love it. And that's season 4. The very next video will be the official launch of season 5. Thanks for hanging in there with me. More soon.